Nobody cares about your business, your brand, your journey, where you've come from, or the awards that you've won. The only person who cares about that is yourself. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Marketing Made Simple show. Today, I'm going to talk to you about sales, but I'm going to talk to you about how you present your offer in sales, how you present a quote, a proposal, a slide deck, however you want to actually position this and put this across to your audience. I'm going to show you a better way of doing it. Now, most people, when they do this, I'll tell you exactly what they do. They'll send it, because I've had it myself, that's why I know firstly. What happens is they will send you a PDF document, more than likely. Maybe someone still uses Word and sends it across that way, who knows. Most of the time, it will be a PDF document. Sometimes they might get creative and they might use some online software that makes it into a magazine. I know this is something I've been speaking with one of my clients about, but they send it across to you, nonetheless. And the first probably 3 pages of that document, the first thing is about you, your company, tells you about your history, your background, your team, your experience, your logo or your brand. Then it talks about any awards that you've got or you've been nominated for, and then it goes on to show you any kind of companies that you've worked with and any endorsements that you've had, testimonials, and it's just and listen, nobody cares about your business. That's the first thing that you've got to get through your head and really understand is nobody cares about your business, your brand, your journey, where you've come from, or the awards that you've won. The only person who cares about that is yourself. Now, what you've got to think about is what is the 3 most important things to anybody else? What's the 3 most important things to them? The first thing, you probably know this, what do people care about more than anything else? The first thing is themselves. They care about them. They're their most favourite topic. They love themselves. They like themselves. They want to talk about themselves. The second thing is what's in it for them. So it's about, how are you going to be able to get their attention? What are you going to do to grab it, to make it appealing to me? What's in it for me? And you've got something in the region of less than 30 seconds to get their full attention. People make an opinion about you in probably less than 3 seconds. So it's important that you understand this side of it as well when you're pitching, when you're calling, when you're presenting, but especially when you're putting that slide deck out, that proposal or that offer out. And the third thing is time. People value their time more so than ever in the world that we live in right now. They just value time so much. And what you're finding is you're spending probably the first 5 minutes of your deck, your presentation, your pitch, your proposal talking about you. You're talking about yourself. You're not talking about them. People will not buy into it. It's going to be more challenging for you to win their business, to convert their business, to close those deals when you're talking about you first. So what you need to do is the first 3 slides that you've got, the one that talks about you, your background, your history, your logo, that talks about any awards that you've won, that talks about the testimonials, all that kind of stuff that you think is important, put it to the back. Put it to the end of the deck, to the proposal, to the pitch, the quote, whatever it is. Put it to the end. No one cares about that. They care about what you're going to do for them, how you're going to give them more time, how you're going to make their life better, how you're going to make it about them. This is the thing that will change the way that you pitch, it will change the results that you get, and ultimately it will change the revenue that you produce within your business. So let's just recap on that. Firstly, everyone's favourite topic is themselves. So you need to make sure you make it about them. Talk about the challenges, talk about the problems, talk about what's going on in their world, what's causing hiccups right now, what's causing the roadblocks right now, what's stopping them getting the results that they want right now. Now, I'm not talking about ROI here, return on investment, because this is a data metric that, it's a metric that executives want to use to try and sell something. But ultimately, what you want to look at is what's the revenue impact. This is the thing that's going to change for them. What impact is it going to have on them, especially on their revenue? We're not talking about return on investment, we're talking about revenue impact. If they don't use your services, if you don't fix this problem, if you don't take that issue that they're facing and solve it for them, what impact is this going to have on their revenue? So you talk about the problems first. Don't talk about you, talk about them. Talk about the problems that they face. Next up is once you've got their attention, then, once you've talked about them, you need to get their attention. So again, you've got 30 seconds or so to do this. So again, align that back to that problem. What's the biggest problem? Because they're probably going to have a few different ones, but look at what's their biggest problem. How are you going to get their attention right now? What's going to resonate with them? What's going to be the one thing that's going to change everything for them? What's going to make that biggest impact? And how is that going to affect them on their time? What is it going to give them time back? Is it going to actually take their time completely off of their hands and somebody else is going to do it for them? But think about these three things: themselves, how you get their attention, and the time that it's going to take. Them three things will make your pitch, your projection, your proposal, your quote, whatever you want to do, it will make it so much better. Now, to make it really pop, there is lots of different things out there. Now, if you're going to, WordPress, for example, if you're using a WordPress website, there's plugins that will make it, that will make your proposal look like a magazine. So you basically plug in the plugin into your WordPress site, you upload your PDF document to it, you might have to tinker with it and set it a little bit, but it will make it look like a magazine. So they can view it online, they can turn the pages online with a button, click, drag, whatever it needs to be done, and it just makes it look a little bit more wow. Do you know, it powers through the noise, it's a little bit different. At least do something with it that's not talking about you first though. That's the real message I want to get across here is, yes, make it interesting. Do it as a presentation. Do you know, the best way for you to do any of your pitches, any of your proposals is to talk them through it. If you can do it in person, great. That's not necessarily always going to be viable, maybe even not viable in the distant future right now, or even right now, but you can do it through Zoom, you can jump on video, you can do it through Google Meet, like whatever's going to work for yourself. The best way to do this is firstly to jump online with them, meet them in person, pick up the phone, call them, Zoom, whatever that be. Talk them through the proposal. It will, I guarantee, will make your sales convert so much better and faster if you can talk them through it. That's the first thing that you've got to do. Make sure that you get that junk from the front. And you think it's important. I understand this. I really, really do. Like your logo, you've probably invested time, research, money, you've paid a designer. Hopefully you've not done it in clip art, but if you have, we can talk about that another time. But like, that stuff's important to you. Nobody cares about that kind of stuff. The awards, nobody cares about that stuff. You do. It's a nice little pin badge that you've got because you've worked hard and someone's has shown an interest in what you've done and they've given you a thumbs up for it. That's brilliant. It's great. It makes you feel fuzzy and warm. Means nothing to anybody else. Very few. It will, all right, let me backtrack on that slightly. There may be a handful of people that might care that you've got an award, but the grand scheme of things, most people won't, I guarantee you. And just put this stuff at the back. If you want to win more business, if you want to close more deals, if you want to make your sales pitch, your proposals really pop, this is what you've got to do. Put them three things, your logo, your brand, your awards, your abouts, put that at the back and put the problems that your customers or prospects are facing at the front. Guys, hope you've enjoyed this. Keep the questions coming. If you've got any more questions, email them at the address that's coming up at the end. Fire them across. We'll talk about these stuff. We'll keep on putting this stuff out. Until next time, go and win your business.